Welcome to TTech YouTube channel. We will discuss today for the Fiori certification book UX100, which is very essential for the Fiori certification.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a shortcut, really getting you well informed on a topic it's reshaping how businesses interact with their core systems, SAP Fiori. You've sent us a fantastic resource, the SAP Fiori Foundation Participant Handbook, UX100. This looks like the real foundation for understanding this whole shift. So what's our mission today? We're going to navigate this pretty comprehensive guide, but not just read it, obviously. We're aiming to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, really dissect Fiori's end-user experience, its underlying tech foundation, and its architecture across different SAP landscapes. Think of this deep dive as your essential map, not just understanding what Fiori is, but why it matters, how it's fundamentally simplifying and enhancing the way businesses operate.
Exactly. And this handbook, UX100, it's designed for pretty intensive instructor-led training. It covers everything, really, from how a user interacts with SAP day to day, all the way down to the complex systems humming away behind the scenes. We'll explore its three main units, looking at how Fiori is meticulously designed, and I think meticulously is the right word to be intuitive, efficient, and deeply integrated. What's truly fascinating here, I think, is how a relentless focus on the user has driven such, profound architectural and philosophical shifts within a company like SAP. It's definitely not just a coat of paint.
No, it sounds like a complete reimagining.
It really is.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We're essentially taking what looks like a 3-day course and distilling it into a comprehensive deep dive, highlighting the core concepts, the principles that define Fiori, right? Based on version O2 of this course material. For anyone listening who wants to truly grasp SAP's modern user experience, its strategic direction, this feels like the place to start. It's about understanding the core essence, what makes Fiori tick from the ground up.
Precisely. It lays that crucial groundwork.
So let's kick off with Unit 1, the end user perspective. This is where we really step into the shoes of the person using SAP every single day. We'll try to understand Fiori from their point of view, its core design, how it actually, operates, and crucially, how it can be personalized. Because that seems key. It's all about making these incredibly complex business functions accessible, understandable, and, user-friendly, maybe even pleasant to use.
Pleasant, yes. And if we zoom out a bit, Fiori fundamentally rethinks the user experience in the enterprise space. I mean, historically, SAP was powerful, no doubt, but often seen as complex, maybe a bit clunky. Fiori is this collection of user experience, UX-driven applications, specifically designed to renew enterprise business functions and ensuring they work seamlessly across every device a modern professional uses. Your desktop, a tablet, a smartphone.
Which is a huge change in itself.
Huge. And this brings up an important question. What exactly does UX-driven mean in this context? Especially when you apply it to something as traditionally, rigid as enterprise software.
Right. So this first lesson sets the stage. It dives into the very design philosophy of SAP Fiori. What are the core concepts, the principles guiding its creation? What makes it so different from what came before?
Okay, so the document highlights that SAP Fiori is defined across three crucial dimensions: concept, design, and technology. Let's start with the concept dimension. This really answers the why behind Fiori, and it revolves around 5 core design principles. These are really aimed at ensuring a delightful and efficient user experience, not just one or the other. First, and arguably most important, is role-based.
Role-based, okay.
This isn't just about cleaner screens. It's fundamentally about reducing cognitive load. In traditional SAP, you might have one complex transaction, maybe hundreds of fields.
Right, I've seen those screens. Overwhelming.
Exactly, overwhelming. You'd have to sift through tons of irrelevant information. With Fiori, apps are precisely tailored to specific user roles. They provide only the information and functions relevant to their tasks. It's about decluttering the experience for that specific person.
So less noise, more focus on the actual task.
Precisely. Imagine the training time saved. Instead of weeks navigating a complex transaction, maybe training gets cut significantly for specific role-based tasks. That directly impacts onboarding, boosts productivity because users aren't just, drowning in options.
Makes sense. What's next?
Second, it's adaptive. This is absolutely crucial today. Think about the mobile, flexible workforce.
Right. Everyone's working everywhere now.
Exactly. The interface automatically adapts. Different devices, different screen sizes, big desktop monitor, tablet on the factory floor, smartphone on the go. It ensures a consistent, optimized experience everywhere. True business mobility.
Okay. Adaptive. Got it.
Third, simple. This principle is about relentlessly focusing on the essential tasks, making applications easy to learn, easy to use. The goal is to remove unnecessary complexity, remove friction from business processes. If a task can be done in one step, well, it should be. Big contrast to the multi-screen, multi-tab transactions of the past.
Simple sounds good. Always.
Always. Fourth is coherent. This ensures a fluid, intuitive experience across all Fiori apps. Consistency is key here.
So learn one app and the others feel familiar.
Exactly. The look, the feel, the interaction patterns are consistent. It drastically reduces the overall learning curve for the whole suite of applications. You're not starting from scratch with each new app.
Okay. And the last one. You mentioned delightful earlier.
Yes, finally, delightful. And this isn't just, a fluffy nice to have. It's actually quite strategic. Fiori aims to make an emotional connection. Make the experience enjoyable, satisfying, not just purely functional.
Delightful enterprise software. That's a bold goal.
It is, but think about it. When software feels delightful, users embrace it more readily. Errors probably decrease because the design is intuitive. Overall adoption it soars. It moves SAP from being a tool I have to use to maybe a tool I want to use. And for businesses, that translates directly to higher efficiency, greater user satisfaction, better outcomes.
Okay, so that's the concept dimension. What about design and technology? Briefly.
Right. The design dimension is where those principles become tangible UI. It involves visual design, the look, colors, typography, icons. It covers information architecture, how content is organized logically so you can find things easily. And it includes interaction patterns, how you actually interact, the buttons, forms, navigation. That's the visual experience. And the third dimension is technology. That's the underlying technical framework supporting Fiori. The UI components, the business logic. We'll definitely get into that more in Unit 2.
That's a really comprehensive vision. So what does this all mean for SAP's broader user experience strategy? It sounds like a long-term play, not just a single project.
Oh, absolutely. It's a long-term, very holistic strategy. And it's encapsulated by this philosophy of new, renew, and empower.
New, renew, empower.
It's not just marketing speak. It's really SAP's blueprint for tackling its massive installed base while also moving forward. New to W is about building for the future, focusing on genuinely new applications that give efficient access to information, boost productivity, cut complexity right from the start. Think of those initial 25 Fiori apps back in 2013.
Right.
And it's where modern solutions like SAP S/4HANA Cloud and on-premise editions come in, offering that fresh, simplified experience from day one for new implementations.
Okay, that's a new W. What about renew?
Renew addresses the huge landscape of existing SAP business applications. Millions of users rely on these daily.
The classic stuff.
Exactly. Renew involves adapting those classical ABA transactions using Fiori's principles to improve their user experience. It's about bringing that modern Fiori look and feel, the UX principles, to familiar processes people have used for years, critically without requiring a complete back-end re-implementation.
That saves huge costs for customers, I imagine.
Massive. While still modernizing their UX. It's pragmatic.
And empower.
Empower is about giving customers the tools and technologies to innovate themselves, to create their own Fiori apps or extend existing ones, customizability, self-service. This includes powerful tools like SAP Web IDE for development, the UI theme designer for branding, allowing businesses to adapt Fiori to their specific corporate look and feel.
Giving them control.
Yes. And it includes methodologies like discover, design, deliver, which involves, deep research, ideation, rapid prototyping, validation, ensuring apps truly meet specific customer needs, not just generic ones. It's really a three-pronged attack on legacy complexity.
That's a very clear framework. The source also talks about a significant change, moving from SAP classic UI functional-based applications to SAP Fiori UX role-based applications. What's the big takeaway there? It sounds like a truly fundamental shift.
It is perhaps the most crucial conceptual shift Fiori introduces. In the past, with classical SAP UI, you often had a single, incredibly complex transaction, trying to serve many different user roles at the same time.
The giant screen with a million fields again.
Exactly. You'd log in, face this massive screen, dozens, maybe hundreds of fields, tabs, options.
Yeah.
Powerful, sure, but also overwhelming. You had to learn to navigate tons of irrelevant stuff just to do your specific task. Multiple entry points, deep system knowledge needed just to start. SAP Fiori completely flips this. It takes these large monolithic transactions and decomposes them, breaks them down into several discrete, much smaller applications.
Ah, okay. Bite-sized pieces.
Bite-sized pieces, exactly. Each designed for a specific role or a specific task. So instead of one giant order management transaction, you might now have a create sales order app for a sales rep, an approve purchase order app for a manager, maybe a track deliveries app for logistics, each tailored precisely to what that user needs daily.
And the Launchpad brings it all together.
Yes. The SAP Fiori Launchpad acts as that central, unified entry point for all the apps relevant to a user's role. It simplifies navigation, streamlines their entire workflow. It's a profound move from a functional view navigating system functions to a role-based view where the system presents exactly what you need for your job. Much more intuitive, efficient, and hopefully enjoyable.
Like moving from a giant toolbox to a custom toolkit for each job.
That's a great analogy. Exactly like that.
And for developers, designers, or, just curious users, where can they find these Fiori design guidelines? Is there a central reference?
Absolutely. To maintain that crucial coherence and consistency, all the detailed info-specific floor plans for app layouts, individual UI elements like buttons, fields, even the icon fonts, it's all available as comprehensive guidelines on experience.sap.com/Fiori-design.
Experience.sap.com/Fiori design.
It's vital. And what's also quite telling, I think, about SAP's commitment to modern design is that the source specifically mentions Fiori leveraging Apple iOS 7 design principles for native iOS apps.
Interesting. Aligning with consumer tech.
Precisely. It shows a strong emphasis on meeting user expectations from popular consumer apps, signaling SAP's commitment to a user-friendly experience that feels familiar, not just like typical enterprise software, bringing consumer-grade usability to the business world.
Okay, this next part sounds really central. The SAP Fiori Launchpad, or FLP. It's described as providing a coherent user experience across different enterprise solutions. So what is it exactly? Sounds like mission control for Fiori.
It is absolutely mission control. Your personalized dashboard for all your SAP tasks. The FLP offers a truly unified entry point. It provides precisely the relevant tasks and activities for you, the end user. Imagine your desktop operating system, but completely optimized for your specific business role. It combines those decomposed Fiori apps we just talked about into a single cohesive surface.
So no more hunting through menus or remembering T-codes.
Hopefully not. Each app, each tile on the Launchpad represents one individual step or activity for your role. It's that fundamental shift from monolithic solutions to activity-based, role-based simplification. This makes it incredibly easy to find what you need, to seamlessly transition between tasks, even if those tasks were powered by different underlying SAP systems. It's all designed to minimize clicks and maximize your efficiency.
That makes perfect sense. What are some of its key features that make it so powerful and intuitive?
Well, the FLP offers several key features beyond just basic navigation. First, as we've stressed, role-based access is paramount. What you see the tiles, the content, is based on your assigned role. Relevant, not cluttered. Administrators set this up, but then you, the user, can personalize it heavily. Second, it supports dynamic charts.
Dynamic charts, like live data on the tiles.
Exactly. Many tiles aren't just static icons. They can display real-time key performance indicators, KPIs, directly on the tile itself. Imagine seeing the number of open sales orders, current inventory levels, critical approval statuses updating live, right there on your Launchpad.
Without even opening the app. Wow.
Right. Immediate, at-a-glance insights. Game-changing for managers or operational staff monitoring their work. And coupled with this is color coding. Quick visual cues, highlighting urgent items, potential problems, positive trends instantly.
Visual and informative. What else?
Beyond visuals, it's deeply personalizable. Users can organize their work, create new groups, rearrange existing groups and tiles to suit their own preferences, add or remove apps. You can also easily access user preferences, manage settings like language, theme, and even view app details like version number, server info useful for support, or just transparency. It's really about empowering you to make your workspace your own.
That sounds incredibly flexible. And how do users actually access this Launchpad? What are the clients and integration options? Desk, mobile.
There are three primary ways to access the FLP, ensuring flexibility across different work environments. The most straightforward, widely used way is via a web browser. Any modern HTML5-ready browser works Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge. Simplest way to start, no special client needed. And the handbook highlights a crucial feature here. The Cache Buster.
Cache Buster sounds aggressive.
It just ensures users always get the latest version of Launchpad and its apps directly from the server. prevents issues with outdated cached content causing inconsistencies or errors, guarantees you're always current.
Okay, that's important. What's option 2?
Option 2 is the SAP Business Client, BC. This is a desktop application. It integrates the Fiori Launchpad with other classical SAP GUI and web applications. It offers a more holistic environment, really valuable for users who still need both Fiori apps and classical SAP GUI access. It bridges the old and new, providing a consistent entry point, easing the transition.
Good for mixed environments.
Yeah.
And the third, mobile.
Yes. The third is the SAP Fiori Client. This is a native mobile app, iOS, Android downloadable from app stores. It's designed for an optimized mobile experience, offering benefits beyond just a web browser on mobile. These include enhanced logon features, support for single sign-on, SSO, no repeated logins, and crucially, the potential for offline data capabilities when combined with SAP Mobile Platform or SAP BTP mobile services.
Offline data, that's huge for field workers.
Absolutely. Allows for work in areas with spotty connectivity, ensures productivity even when disconnected. It provides a truly seamless, performant mobile user experience.
So desktop, tablet, phone Fiori aims to be accessible and intuitive everywhere. Quite a feat for enterprise software.
It really is.
One of the big draws you mentioned, something that really empowers users, is personalization. How exactly can users tailor their Launchpad experience, make it truly their own, reflecting their workflow, their preferences?
Right. Personalization in Fiori is genuinely about empowering end users, letting them create their own variant of the Fiori Launchpad. It's not just minor tweaks. It allows for significant customization. Users can, for instance, change the design theme, pick a visual style they prefer, or one that matches corporate branding. More importantly, they get granular control over their content. They can rearrange existing groups of tiles, create entirely new groups to organize tasks logically, add or delete tiles to or from groups.
How do they do that? Is it easy?
It's designed to be intuitive, usually done through action mode in the FLP. You typically click a pencil icon or go through the user menu. This mode makes it very easy to drag, drop, organize content, puts the user firmly in control of their digital workspace. A huge step away from rigid one-size-fits-all interfaces.
That level of control sounds powerful, but what's the underlying structure? You mentioned catalogs, groups, and tiles. What's the relationship there? Sounds like a framework.
There is a clear, logical hierarchy, yes. And understanding it is crucial for Fiori content management and personalization. At the most granular level, you have tiles. These are the individual icons, basically, representations of applications or specific business functions. They launch apps or display key data right on the Launchpad. They're the shortcuts to functionality.
Okay, tiles are the icons.
Then you have catalogs. Imagine catalogs as a massive library containing every SAP Fiori app, every function that can be exposed as a tile. They hold all the technical info needed to start an app. They're centrally managed by SAP or by your organization's administrators. Catalogs are the library of all available applications. You don't directly use a tile from a catalog on your Launchpad. You have to add it to a group first.
So catalogs are the source, the potential apps.
Exactly. And finally, groups are where users organize their chosen tiles on their personal Launchpad. A group is a logical collection of tiles-related tasks information. You might have a My Daily Approvals group or a sales operations group.
Like folders for apps.
Kind of, yes. Tiles are displayed within a group, but they originate from the catalogs. Now, administrators can create central groups as a starting point for roles like a sales rep default group. But, and this is key for personalization, users can create their own groups and add or delete tiles to them from any catalog they have access to. SAP also delivers template groups and roles that can be adapted, emphasizing flexibility and user ownership. It's a robust system balancing central control with individual tailoring.
Okay, so beyond looking good and being customizable, Fiori also needs to help users find and manage data efficiently.
Thank you for watching Part 1 of the UX100 UI5 Fiori Certification Podcast. We hope you found it informative and helpful on your learning.